Barber from On My Turntable. Hoping you had a great morning this morning. It is Wednesday morning. As always, a rainy Wednesday morning, but it's also a coffee kind of morning, which makes the rain go away, in my opinion. Today I thought I'd look at my little meager collection of Todd Rundgren's albums, as well as Nazz and Utopia, two previous bands that he was in. I've shown these things before, but I don't know. I just picked him out of a hat, mainly because I recently found a unique album of his, and I wanted to talk about it, but I thought I'd combine everything else together, as well as show that album too. Again, very, very unique album. But Todd Rundgren is an amazing, amazing artist. Before I get into it, though, I was watching Chris Prophy's video this morning on some disliked albums by Iron Maiden, and he was kind of defending those albums because Blaze Bayley, I guess, is the lead singer. And I mentioned I didn't have any Iron Maiden. I got a ton of Judas Priest, but no Iron Maiden. But I did find one. And I'm going to be checking this because it's been a moment since I've listened to this one. Sanjutu. This is a great, I love the cover of this one. This is a great album, Chris. So I'll be checking that out. Again, it's been a moment since I've listened to it, but there's more to come. Maybe I'll get some more for sure. But I have no idea why I don't have any Iron Maiden in my collection. But there you go, Chris. I do have one. We're all good. Anyway, getting back to Todd Rundgren. He is an amazing multi-instrumentalist. His music is a combination of pop and rock and rhythm and blues and progressive rock and psychedelic rock. He's multi-instrumentalist, say that 10 times fast, and playing guitar, bass, keyboards, drums, and vocals. Also a great producer. He's produced some fine albums. Badfinger's Straight Up, Grand Funk Railroad's We're an American Band, one of my early favorites. New York Dolls' self-titled album, Meatloaf's Bat Outta Hell, that massive, massive hit. XTC's Skylark, and many, many more. He also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021. Well deserved. He was part of Nazz, a psychedelic band that was only he was only in there for a couple of years, and they only put out 3 albums: Nazz, Nazz 1, Nazz 2, and Nazz 3. Nazz 3 came out after he had left the band. The anthology that I have, Open Our Eyes, combines some songs from all 3 albums, which is really cool. Because the other 2, Nazz 2 and Nazz 3, I think are hard to find. So there's the anthology. There's 35 tracks on here. There's some early photos there, but this is really, really good. Highlights his guitar playing, which is remarkable. Highly underrated guitar player. Again, 35 tracks on this one, so it gives you a wide range of Nazz and their music. And I also have a remastered version of Nazz 1. Originally came out in 1968. This is a 2023 release. It's a limited edition as well, but they never tell you how limited it is. But I do love the beautiful swirly vinyl on here, and it sounds amazing. It sounds amazing. So a lot of these tracks are on that anthology, but it's still nice to have this in my collection for sure. I'll put that outer sleeve on later. Then he was also in another band called Utopia, formed in 1973, progressive rock band from New York. I've got a few of their albums. Some are awesome. Some I got to replace because they're when you find these in the wild, they're not the greatest shape. But this is their debut album. This is in fine shape. This is self-titled Utopia. I really like this album. It's so good. It's on the Bearsville label. 1974 release. Yeah. And these next, I've got to get better copies of. This is Raw. Again, a lot of ring wear, but the vinyl itself is good. Again, on the Bearsville label. Raw came out in 75 or 6. Sorry, 77 it came out. 77. Then I have Adventures in Utopia. Cool photo of the band. This is a different Bearsville label. You don't see that label too often. But I like this album. I like this album. It's also a gatefold. That came out in 1979, their fourth studio album. Then I have self-titled Utopia. There's Mr. Rundgren there. Also Roger Powell, Kassim Sultan, and Willie Wilcox on the Network label. That's a different label altogether. That one came out in 82. And then I have Oblivious. You kind of can see, you can't really, well, you can kind of see it. There it is there. Oblivion. Back on the Bearsville label. Oblivion came out in 84. And then I've got a couple of Rundgren albums, which, other than Nazz, I prefer the Rundgren over Utopia, but this is Something for Nothing. It's on the Bearsville label. Double album. There's the label there. I'm sorry, did I say Something for Nothing? Something Anything. Man. Something Anything. Man, I have an eye appointment on Friday. 1972, third solo album. Then I've got this one here, self-titled Todd. Looks like he just got out of a windstorm with the colored hair and everything. This is another fine double album. I just picked this one up recently, I think. Ringwear, but the vinyl is good. Todd is fifth album, 1974 release. Then I've got Faithful. Faithful is the seventh album, 1976 release. And perhaps the weirdest album from him, and maybe even in my collection. This is A Cappella. There's no music on this. It's on the Warner Brothers label. Came out in '85. Todd does all the vocals, all the music with his voice, all the sounds with his voice. It's definitely a solo album with no musical instruments except his voice making. So in one way it's amazing, and another way it's really weird. But it's pretty ballsy, I guess, for someone to do that. But I'm happy to have it in my collection. Plus, it's in beautiful shape. It looks like brand new, but it's not. It came out a while ago. I found that in the wild on my holidays. But yeah, check out Todd Rundgren. An amazing album collection. Amazing album collection. Amazing artist with a great album collection. Also from two previous bands, Nazz and Utopia. Again, two wonderful, wonderful albums and bands, completely different. But there you have it, guys. I'm mincing up my words big time on this one, but I hope you enjoyed. Have yourself a great rest of the day. Love you all. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.